Howdy YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today, you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. This beer is from Niagara College, from the Niagara College Teaching Brewery. It is one of their small batch brews, which means it is a student brew. This beer is 2.5% alcohol by volume. It is the Oyster Gose. Now, whether or not it is called Oyster Gose because it has any form of oysters in it, or if it's called Oyster Gose because they want to pair it with oysters, I would not know, because Niagara College really is not good at putting information on the bottles. No ingredients list, no student who brewed it, no anything. It doesn't even tell you the style. The only reason I know the style is it says Gose in the title. Also, I would hope that if it actually had oyster in it, that it would say it's somewhere on this label, because, you know, that is a shellfish technically, and people do have allergic reactions to them. So I'm going to go with it's just supposed to be paired with oysters. That's what I'm going to go with. Whether or not it is, who knows? Some water. So 2.5% alcohol. This is one of the few Niagara College beers lately that have been bottled. Almost everything that I buy from them now is canned, including all their small batch brews. So I don't know if they get to choose if it's canned or bottled. Brewery makes a lot more money on the bottles than they do on the cans. The cans are like half the price, and you do a lot more cans than you can do the bottles, especially because last time I was there they had an inlay machine. It was a triple machine. So you'd put the 3 bottles in, you'd push the button, it would fill the bottles up, then you'd cap the bottles, and you'd take the bottles out and put the next 3 bottles in. So, little tiny bit of haze. I didn't get the bottom sludge though, so there's probably a bunch of stuff in there. Let's do a shake around. There we go. There we go. So, a lot more haze. Unfiltered, very hazy, golden colored, bright white head. A little bit of carbonation moving in there. It's what I'd expect to see out of a Gose. It looks a lot darker on camera. I'm looking at the camera right now. It looks a lot darker on camera than it really is. Smell? Not much, to be honest with you. A little bit of wheat and a little tiny touch of sour, almost like a Brett beer, almost like a Brett wheat ale. It's kind of weedy and kind of sour, and that's about all that's coming off of this. Yeah. So let's try it. Cheers. Okay. Slight salinity, not much salt at all, but a slight bit of salt. At least off that flavor, that first taste, there wasn't much salt. Very flat, almost no flavor at all. No aftertaste really per se. No forefront taste really per se either, or middle taste. My dog's barking. Somebody's probably walking down like the other side of the street at the next intersection. Yeah, slightly salty. A little bit of latex rubber, almost like a slight saltiness, a little latex rubbery, like a cider, like a sulfite. Ciders with sulfites give off that slightly latex rubber-like taste. I'm getting that slight latex rubber taste in here too. So salty, latex rubber, a little bit of green apple. And that's about it. Overall, this Oyster Gose, I don't particularly like. I like Goses. I don't like this one per se. I do think that if this was food paired with the proper food, probably be a lot better. It's cleansing. I'll give it that. On the plus side, it is a cleansing beer. It has cleansed my palate. Every time I take a sip, I get that slight bit of salt, slight bit of green apple, slight bit of latex rubber. And then it cleans off, and I'm ready for anything, really. So this would be a great food pairing beer, in that this would clear your palate each time, too. I could see it pairing with a lot of things just because of that cleansing nature. And it's low enough ABV that if you really liked it, you could drink it all night. Are there people I'm sure that are going to like this? Yes, I'm sure there are. Am I one of them? No, not really. Do I think it's a badly made beer? No, I don't think there's really... I don't really think there's faults in it per se. I mean, stylistically, it's kind of right. But do I personally like it? No, I don't personally like it, and that's okay. I don't have to like everything. You don't have to like everything. You don't even have to like this review. That's perfectly fine. You could be the person that made this beer, and you could be pissed off at me right now, and I'd be okay with that, whatever. Actually, I wouldn't be okay with you being pissed off with me. I'd be okay with you disagreeing and not wanting that and all that. But to be pissed off, I'm just a nobody in a basement drinking a beer. You need to grow a thicker skin in the brewing industry. Out of 10, I'd probably give it a 4.5. I mean, I would give it a 5. You know what, actually? I don't find anything disturbing about it. I don't find anything offensive about it. I just don't care to drink it ever again. So I'll give it a 5. It's not my thing, but there's nothing wrong with it. Again, I think this would be a great beer if I was pairing it with food, but to just sit down and drink it, it's not something I should have been doing. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Oyster Gose from Niagara College. Bye-bye.